What's up, my beautiful investors? How you doing on this Friday? I hope you made some money today. Today was a pretty good day for my portfolio. I would say I'm pretty happy with the results today, so I hope it was the same for you. All right. Let me start off by saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please don't take it as financial advice. I do it for entertainment and educational purposes. So when you learn, you earn. All right. So yeah, we got to go over some stuff that happened today in the market with our stocks, right? So today I'm going to cover AMC, BBIG, Loopring, LUCID, right? And then a little bit of Bitfarms. Not a lot of news on that side, but I do have some stuff to show you on the graphs. And I'm going to give you my opinion on why, like, AMC could go reverse. And I think a reversal is coming. And I think soon, like next week, right? Because of the options chain. And I'm going to show you what happened with BBIG that is, again, similar to the situation of AMC, of that it's a short squeeze play, okay? That's what I want to, remind you, that AMC is a short squeeze play. And we're just waiting on the reversal because the whole market has been down recently, right? So we're moving with the market right now, okay? But we know that the apes are holding. We know that we're all waiting for the MOAS, and we sit and we wait, all right? That's all you got to do with AMC. Cool. Let's get into it, guys. And remember that I just do this off the top of the dome, right? That's why sometimes I carry on a little bit and I try to be as detailed as I can be. But I always just want to bring you the newest and information and crucial information, all right, guys? That's why we're here, right? To make some money too. Okay. This is AMC, right? So we're looking at the daily chart here. I put this Fibonacci extension from the very first move that we had back in January, guys. So as you can see, it played out perfect, right? It got rejected there at that level. It's not always going to be perfect, but sometimes it's damn near perfect, right? And we're looking at the daily right here, right? So you see a little green candle. We'll see what happens, but we need the whales to come in next week, guys. Like, we need volume to come in, right? If the whales see that they can screw the shorts, right? And we all have a love-hate relationship with these fools, right? The shorts, because they're the ones that are paying us, right? When you squeeze them, okay? Because without them, how do you have short squeezes? You need them, right? But check this out, right? So it bounced off this one, and we've talked about it before that, like, the next support on this would be around $15-16. So that's good that we got to see a green. It's a small one, but if we start to see that reversal, guys, and we see volume, right? That's what we want to see. But what I really want to point out is the RSI, guys, okay? And it's been all over Twitter as well. So check this out, right? Like, it's already down at the bottom, guys. I mean, like in the past, when it goes to the bottom, it has to reverse at some time, right? It has to come back up. So we're also just waiting on that reversal, right? It's just been a lot of pressure on the stock market itself. Cool. I'll show you the next AMC chart, right? Like I said, it might come down to touch this bottom over here, that $17 level. In the morning, AMC did dip to 19. I saw that, and you know what? I was like, I'm not even gonna watch it right now. All right, so the max pain was at 23, right? That's why they were trying to keep us down, right? But what I also want to explain again is that with this, it's talking about like the volume each day and how there's over 50-60%, sometimes 70% of shorts, right? So that's why the price keeps going down, guys, because there's more selling pressure right now, right? The red is the short volume. So how is the price going to go up when there's constant 50-60% short volume, right? Unless you have a huge buying pressure, which that's why we haven't seen that volume. But look, guys, the options chain, right? Right now, this is gonna kind of tie into BBIG, okay, and why BBIG is running. Because the goal for BBIG was for it to close above $4 today, and it did. I think it closed like at 406 or something like that. Okay, but what that does, guys, like, this is the AMC option chain for next week, right? So this is always gonna kind of give you some sentiment, and it's gonna tell you where it's all at, right? Let me check something. Hold on. Okay, cool. So it's going to tell you, what people are kind of feeling. And this is always a big deal because you have to look at the open interest. Okay. So at the strike of 22, and these are the calls. All right. So for next week, we have a lot of possibility, a lot of opportunity, right? So if the whales come in and they move the price, right, if they inject a bunch of buying orders, like, and the volume goes up, guys, and we start getting to these levels, right, and these go in the money, I don't think, you know, where it really should probably start is right here at the 25 and at the 30. I doubt the market makers have hedged for these positions, right, for these shares. But look, there's just tons and tons of open interest, 63,000. You have to remember, you multiply this times 100 because each contract represents 100 shares, right? So if they would have to come up with all of these guys, that's what would cause the gamma squeeze, right? Because if the apes are not selling, how are they going to get the shares, right? So they have to keep buying and buying and going and putting money. And then look, of course, you know, it's way out of the range right now, but there is 209,000 open interest, all right? But that's what would push this price into the hundreds, literally, right? And then you have these to see if the shorts, you know, tap out, they start buying and so on. And we all know about all that stuff, right? Okay. So AMC, you know, I just want to point out too that top 10 most discussed stocks on Twitter for today, right? It's number 2 right here next to Tesla, all right? And then BBIG as well. All right. So with BBIG, guys, there's a lot of volume, right? So we had 202 million volume today with BBIG, and it's up another 15, almost 16% after hours at 412, right? And this has to do with the options chain, guys. Check this out. So there's zero short, right? I mean, there's 0 shares to short for BBIG, all right? So there's no rate, and this has been like this for a few days, right? So now what I think, if you want to play a momentum play this coming week, guys, there should be the volume continuation that we've seen, right? We already proved that this is the 3rd day that we see super high volume, all right? So check this out. For BBIG, it's here's the options, here's the calls, right? So you have 36,000, 74,000, 22,000. Sorry guys, my roommate's turning on the water right now, right? 74,000, 36,000, right at the strike of 759. So you have them all the way to 24, and then you have 25,000, all right? This BBIG only has, I think, like 78 million shares in the pool. Let me check real quick what their float is. All right, BBIG. Because remember, AMC has 513 million, right? So this one only has 87 million in the free float. If you add up all these calls, guys, I believe that's like the whole float right there, all right? So how is that possible too, right? So next, you know, my prediction, we can look at the chart real quick, right? This is the BBIG daily chart. Now that you have you know, 3 green candles like this, guys, that's a pretty powerful bull move right there, right? You saw it come all the way down. It tested the EMAs, and it's at the top EMA right now, right? And it's testing that one. But after that, guys, I mean, this thing can run. It's gone to $10, $12 before, right? And the same pressure, the same shares, you know, the same buying pressure is there right now. And that can go even higher, okay? Not financial advice, but I think if you want to play momentum play next week, this is a good one, all right? The RSI, right, is at the top, almost came out of there. And we're going to see, I think, a continuation, because now the market makers, they have to go and find shares, guys, all right, for the, because it closed right here, look, so 33,000 are in the money, 18,000 and 11,000 are in the money right here already. All right, let's look at, and that's for next week. And the reason, this is for the 14th, right, for this week, you had, this was crucial right here, the 350 and the 4, those landed in the money. And check this out. Everything under, this is all worthless now, right? The puts, they lost money. And of course, you know, I think it has to do with the FTDs. That's what started it off. So retail is going to pump this, right? I think they're going to come in hard this coming week. And remember, the markets close on Monday, though. So next week will be a short week. It's only Tuesday through Friday. Alrighty, so we have a continuation right here. Look, the 17, the 18, they still need to deliver a lot of money and a lot of shares for BBIG, all right? Cool. That's all I really wanted to touch on. The last thing, let me switch back to this AMC article. So this guy, you know, this is the title: GameStop and AMC up to 2022 greatest win in retail trading history, right? It's from Yahoo 40 Finance Host. It's a pretty long article, but I just want to point out some things. So host of the show, YouTube channel, right, joins Yahoo Finance to discuss the rise of meme stocks like GameStop and AMC over the past year, retail investors, trading trends, investing trends, energy stocks, whatever. He went on and on, but from the retail boom to to the unprecedented levels of stimulus out in Washington last year, the trading environment is a tough one to follow in 2022. The next guest helps us make sense of it all, right? Whatever. He joins us over a year now since activist investor Ryan Cohen picked up the seat on GameStop's board of directors. And one of the key events leading up to the surge was the what we saw in GameStop shares last year. This year, we're going to see the same kind of surge taking place in GameStop, AMC, or new cohort in stocks. Last year was the really peak of it, or was last year the peak of this investor-driven trade. All right. When we start to put together information that's available on the internet, and the fact that there's some very, very smart people who are retail investors and they're sharing ideas between each other, I think that you have to say that we will see it again at some point. Okay, he agrees, but this year I don't know. I think you're coming off the perfect conditions, as you mentioned, with the stimulus, with some sort of at-home lockdown period, right? Because of the stimulus money that was out there, but even though there's no more stimulus, there's no stimulus for the hedge funds, and they cut off the pumping, the government stopped pumping money into the market right now, right? So yeah, I just wanted to touch on this. He thinks that it's going to happen again, and this was on Yahoo, right? So I just wanted to say that obviously it's not a dead cat. There's still people that are agreeing, millions of people, guys, that agree that the squeeze is coming, and we just got to wait for them to close out their short positions. All right, cool. So let's talk about Lucid, guys. Check this out. We still have this extension drawn out here to see where it's moving. Again, it got above the level right there, right? Rejected, and it's bouncing. It's not too bad though. It was still up 1.96% today. 42.22. Not a lot of volume. 32 million and 76 million. All right. So yeah, what I expect to see from Lucid, guys, is it's gonna try to come back, I think, up and test this area. But remember, the lockup period is ending. I'm not really thinking that they're going to sell the shares. I don't think there's going to be a big sell-off, guys, in my opinion, because they invested the money for a reason, right? For a long time. Like, just because they doubled their money right now, I don't think that's what they're looking for. I think they're looking for more than that. And there's this article that came out that I want to go over that it's talking about the factories and all that, and how the share price can go from $42 right now to around $120 to $150, all right, a share in the next year or so. All right, that's all I want to show you on the chart, really. I mean, not the volume is going down, but like I said, if you're bearish, I mean, it's gonna come down and test this level, which is around the 40. But if you're bullish, right, we're gonna break through this and then make our way back up to this level over here, so around $45. Okay. We'll have to see next week. Next week is very crucial, is very important, guys. Like I think a lot's gonna happen next week, because for some reason all the options chains are like loaded on for next week. All right. So check this out. Let's move on to the article here. So this is Torque News. Lucid could potentially be crowned the maker of the Apple car, guys. This is crazy good bullish news, right? It's talking about a partnership with Apple, right? So if they land this automotive contract, this is a win for Lucid, and Lucid will skyrocket to new highs. What would this do for Apple stock? We will find out for Apple if they announce it in late 2022, right? So could you imagine a partnership? Man, so Apple have been long rumored partner in the future, and if this is indeed the case, then we could see an enormous increase in Lucid stock price, right? I agree, because Apple is a beast, right? I mean, that news alone, I think, would take this to $100, 100 around there, as far as the Lucid price. Apple has just announced that they will be choosing who will make the Apple car in late 2022. This news caused a rumble in the electric vehicle space, as many companies were trying to win this once in a lifetime opportunity. So Tesla got this opportunity once before, and they didn't take it, right? So something happened. So it was right before Tesla had almost declared bankruptcy. Tesla was rejected, and they're receiving outside investors to help save the company. So imagine that, right? The kind of the drama, is that the CEO of Lucid, he's not a big fan of Elon, as I've said in past videos, and there's just interviews out there where they kind of throw jabs, right? And they are competitors, and Lucid's trying to really, show up right here, right? And so if they get this contract, guys, it's not official right now, but it is just talking about how, that's a possibility this year. And it is not a surprise that Apple and Sony both want to get their hands on the market, and many of the electric vehicle startups will end up not surviving. All of these legacy automakers and these giant technology companies are trying to cycle into the EV industry. I find it interesting that Lucid chose to put their studio right under the Apple Store. This caught supporters from Lucid by surprise and quickly caused a stir for the electric company, right? Vehicle company. A social media back in November 2021. It's in Miami, all right? So check this out. I mean, is that a sign? You got Apple and Lucid, right? You know, right together. And I've seen Lucid, like they're building their showrooms, right? So that's what's cool. All right, let's move on to the options chain. Let's make sure, yeah, this is for next week. Again, this is for Lucid and a lot of volume here at 45, all right? So if it gets to this level and it pushes, right, they haven't covered, then we could see a good move, right? 51,000 here, 40,000 at 70 and 95. So we got 21,000. Let's see, let's take a look at the puts real quick. So there's a lot again at 38. Looks like all the way down to $30. And then it kind of cools off, right? So this section is the open interest, and right, that's what has to sometimes, so it can really move the price, guys. Not always, but you know, that's what that kind of means. All right, cool. So let's go over Bitfarms, the chart. We can just take a look at the chart real quick. It's still in this downtrend, guys. I mean, like I told you before, I mean, it's supporting, it's holding this area, which is good. But not a lot going on, and that's because of crypto. Like crypto did make a little bit of a move today, you know, Bitcoin overall. So that's what helps us. Anytime that you see this, you know, crypto run a little bit, it definitely helps. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. So yeah, remember we got to break out of this downtrend, which it's kind of trying to do. I'm gonna draw one line here. Just back from here down to this bottom, right? So it's kind of trying to right there, because it was up 1.79%, sitting at 456. Okay, I'm still holding my shares, of course, guys, but what's gonna, you know, what I want to see, it needs to break again out of the zone to try to make its way higher. All right, and like I said, it's not really about the company right now. It's just being dragged down with the rest, right? With crypto, with markets. So there's a lot of pressure on this, but I think it'll bounce back, guys. It's a good, you know, fundamental thing to invest in. And remember, their cash, they just invested more into Bitcoin, and that's what they do, right? So they're just investing in themselves. They said we want to buy more Bitcoin, but they also mine it. Okay, so remember, they're gonna mine that back. All right. Yeah, so I couldn't find any news on Bitfarms today, guys. Right? It's not very active as far as like the news that they're putting stuff out, or there's attention on it all the time. We would have to see some crypto runs in order to get some coverage right now. All right, but yeah, that's all I got for Bitfarms, guys. So let's switch over. I got one more, which is Loopring. It's sitting at that support, guys, right now, right? A buck 50 seems to be the pretty solid floor for it now, because it's been hovering at that for a while. So the past week it had a move, but unfortunately it went back down, right? Again down and then up, and so hopefully we start to see it come back up, because I'm bullish on this, guys, but there hasn't been anything to move it, right? That's why it's kind of just chilling, low volume, 164 million. That's like nothing. And then you got the market cap at 2 billion, which is still pretty good, and it's number 37 with 52% buys and 48% sells. All right, guys. I mean, you never know what could happen. You know, crypto market is always open, holidays 24/7. So I would like to see a good run here in the next few days if some money comes into the long weekend, because usually on the long weekend, guys, you know, people are kind of bored or whatever if they don't have anything to do, and they might want to start trading, right? Some crypto. So we still have the same, you know, chart. Here's the daily for Loopring, and it's still hovering here at this support. There is a reason why. You see these candles here, like that's the reason why it's staying here, right? There is support here. Not a lot of sellers here. I think there's more buyers. It's a good deal, right? That price, okay? So we want to see that reversal come through, right? And start to see some bullish action, right? Like this has been going on since what, November, I think. Just been down. This is a big downtrend. So unfortunately, right, that's what the chart is telling us. You can take a look one more time, see what this is at. All right, not too much going on right now, but yeah, this has been a beautiful run here for for BBIG, right? And eventually we're gonna see this with AMC, guys. I know it, right? Once they start covering, boom, dominoes, right? Start, and then we're off. Okay. This is interesting because, like I said, there's not a lot of shares left, and yeah, I think that's all the info, right? So that's all we got today, guys. You know, be sure to enjoy your weekend, guys. I know it's gonna be a long one. A lot of people are gonna get hyped, right? You know, what we can always do is recruit new apes to AMC, right? To show them the movement and show them what we're all about. And that's what I've done, right? I mean, I have recruited a good amount of apes throughout this whole thing, and they still hold too as well, guys. They believe, their conviction is there, mine is there, right? So that's why I continue to hold. You know, it's just what you got to do, all right? So catch you guys next Tuesday, I guess, yeah, right? So thanks for tuning back. Thanks for coming in, supporting the channel, guys. Hit that like button for me, hit that comment button, right? Or leave me a comment. You know, share the video. You know, I'm trying to grow the audience, right? So I can live stream, because you can't live stream until you have 1,000 subscribers, and I have about 122 right now or something like that, right? So we're on our way. Yeah, so let's get it. All right, see you later.